Hello, everybody. This is Andrew Hutchings with you here today, this morning of September or October, whatever it is. Still not a doctor, still may end up being a doctor. And the topic of this video is the pussification of society. Like, what does society come to when you go to a gym that says you can't drop the weights and you can't make noises? And when you comment on your school's confessions at blank post, and a girl asks, "Oh, is there anything wrong with dating a guy younger than you?" And you go, "Well, you gotta keep in mind that eventually you won't be able to have kids." And then people, "Oh, you're assuming they want to have kids." So this video is not thought out, but it's a very common thing you've probably noticed going on where it's like it's wrong to be normal. It's wrong to be a man. It's wrong to be masculine. It's wrong to make assumptions. It's wrong to do anything. Yeah, you can't assume anything. You can't be decisive. You can't do anything nowadays. And yeah, there's really no structure to this video. I had no solid topic, but I've been going to this Choose Fitness, or probably I should just, okay, well, ignore that. I've been going to a hypothetical gym, may or may not be Choose Fitness, because I mean, they liked my Instagram post, so I like them a little bit. And they have signs that say the only weights you can drop are like no dropping weights. The only weights you can drop are weight off your stomach or something like that. And the only time you should be grunting is if you're in labor. And I'm not somebody who just like decides I'm gonna like throw the weights as high as I can and have them smash on the ground extra hard, or somebody that decides I'm gonna. But I mean, if you're lifting heavy weights and you're actually pushing yourself, you have to drop them. If you can actually just set your weights down, it means you didn't push hard enough. Now, you don't need to do that for every set, but there's got to be at least like one set during your workout that you can't set your weights down. I mean, I drop my weights on every set because I always go till failure. I mean, not until failure, but even if I don't go till failure, I slowly go down and then hold it. And yeah, the angle of the camera makes me look pretty small. I could angle it differently, but then it would show the top of the counter right there. And I don't grunt, but I mean, if you're lifting heavy weight, sometimes maybe you gotta, and maybe they don't count that as a grunt or whatever, but it actually does help you to lift heavier weights if you do grunt, even though I don't tend to. It's just insane that you would not be allowed to do things that are indications that you're working out hard. It's almost as if they want to sterilize the masculinity out of the place. On top of that, they just happen to have all the best machines, really great gym equipment, but mysteriously no bench press. What's up with that? You spend a ton of money on the best gym equipment, but you strangely have no bench press, which just happens to be arguably the most masculine exercise you can do at the gym. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think they don't want guys loading up the bench press and feeling strong and masculine. They also only go up to 70-pound dumbbells. You know, some gyms do that. You know, you go to a hotel, they only go up to 70 pounds sometimes because they figure most people don't need the hundreds. But once again, this gym, clearly has a lot of money poured into it. It's honestly one of the nicest gyms I've been to. Doesn't have a rock wall like my university gym, but it's like top notch, and I think they even have an infrared sauna and some other stuff because I hear them on the loudspeaker. But yeah, they oddly don't have very heavy weights, and just oddly, somehow, even though they spent so much money on everything else, they somehow don't have any bench presses. And they have all these signs about being quiet and setting your weights down lightly and all that kind of stuff. And it's sad, because I remember back when I was in high school, like, we heard of this gym that was like that, and like, apparently if you dropped your weight, some alarm would go off. I think it was called Planet Fitness. Well, I mean, I know it's called Planet Fitness. I don't know all the details for sure, because I never went to one. But I heard that that was one of those tidied up, can't be a man gyms. And it's sad that this is spreading to other gyms nowadays, because a gym is a place of masculinity, strength, and pain. It's not a place for, Guess I'll be timid and weak and then... Guy made a noise over there. Oh my God, he just dropped those weights that could hit my toe. Or that could hit his toe, even worse. He might not want them to hit his toe and he might accidentally hurt himself. Well, guess what? You might accidentally hurt yourself walking across the street. You don't need someone to tell you can't drop your weights. Unless you're on the second story of a building and they're iron weights and there's no rubber on the floor, that's the only time I can imagine not dropping my weights. Because I've been in Belarus and I'm on the second floor, like I just said, with iron weights. And I'm worried that if I drop the 100-pounders, they might damage the floor. But if you're on the ground level and you've even got the padding on the floor and you've got the rubber weights, go and drop them. That's what it's for. I mean, why else would you make the weights that way? It's just, how is this supposed to go on where people just get more and more pussified and non-masculine? I mean, you can't even compliment a girl nowadays without it being sexual harassment. I mean, even if you're a barber cutting it, oh, nice hair you've got there. Sexual harassment, I didn't ask for a compliment about my hair. Like when we write these teacher and TA reviews at my university, oh, you can't say the TA has nice eyes, that's uncalled for. Yeah, it doesn't have to do with the class, it doesn't have to do with academic stuff. But who doesn't want to hear they have nice eyes? And I know not everybody wants to hear they have nice eyes, but is it really so horrible and uncalled for to, oh, you have nice eyes, they're very nice to look at. You think that's going to actually hurt somebody, or do you think that's actually going to make them feel good about them? Oh, maybe they'll go around with a smile on for their next hour, the next part of their day. Maybe they were sad and depressed and they hear that compliment and it makes them happy again. It's just this weird sterilization of society until we're all just little robots that go along. You walk down the street and you can't even look over at someone because even looking at them, you just looked at them. That they didn't want to be looked at. You can't just look at people. It's crazy. And when's it gonna stop? Because eventually it's gonna just make people sick. It causes mental illness. Now you may go, oh, how do you prove it causes mental? I don't need to prove it causes mental illness. It does. If you're not a moron, you can realize that. Believe it or not, you don't need a study to prove everything. Oh, hey, the sky is blue. Can you prove it? Look at the sky. It's blue. Duh. You don't need a study for that. So yeah, it's just crazy. And I don't know if you've ever found this for your university. I just do it for comedy. They have these confessions at, and then your university. And people put the dumbest of posts in there. I mean, one person was like, oh my God, my ex-girlfriend is trying to have sex with me. She also wants to hook up her friend with me. They even want to have a threesome. Oh my God, it's killing me so much. It's so painful. It's emotional. Sexual harassment. That's what they said it was. It's sexual harassment. She's offering to have a threesome with me. I mean, come on. Your ex-girlfriend offers to hook you up with another good-looking girl and have a threesome, and you're gonna whine about it on an online forum that it's sexual harassment. I mean, dude, you got your balls snipped off or something. There's nothing there. And what kind of person actually... I could see, it makes you sad because you broke up. Oh, get this. He broke up with her, so it's not like he's all sad and broken, probably, that she broke up with him. I mean, and it didn't sound like a serious relationship. They'd been together 1 year or 9 months or something. It's like, oh, I broke up with my girlfriend, and now she's trying to hook me up with her friend and have a threesome. It kills me. How do people get like this? I mean, well, I know how they get like this. Our universities and our schools, they teach them that America is evil, that men are evil, that white people are evil. Yeah, that's true. It's really sad. I mean, evil white people came to America. We launched biological warfare, gas masks on, throwing the chemical weapon grenades, just mowing all the Indians down. None of those Indians ever tried to do anything to us, of course. And, we weren't just focused on surviving, building shelter and getting food. No, we have the original Americans had so many resources. They just marched in and mowed them down. Yeah, that's the whole reason they wanted to go to America. Yeah. White people are the cause of all evil in the whole world. I know this is off topic, but I mean, when you think of universities, and I've had one professor fail me for being white. Oh, you may go, oh, how do you know he failed you for being white? Maybe because I'm good at writing. Maybe I'm not a professional writer, but I'm pretty good. He was even telling me I was doing good in the class, getting like an A or a B, somewhere in that range. And he would spend 30 of his, I can't remember if it was 50 minutes. I think it was 50. Maybe it was like 110. No, I mean, maybe it was like one of these 70 or 80-minute lectures, but it doesn't matter. He would spend at least 30 minutes of every class talking about how much he hated white boys. Now, the typical narrative is that old white men are the horrible ones, but this professor hated young white men, particularly teenagers. He said there's nothing worse on the planet than a white teenage boy. And of course, what was I? A 19-year-old white teenage boy in his writing class that he hated so much, nothing worse in the whole world. He just can't stand him. Oh, and the irony is, he was a white guy himself. But oh no, he has like 10% Japanese heritage, so he's a Hapa. Make sure he tells her, oh, let's also tell everybody, just so you know, I'm not gay. You didn't ask, but just so you know, I have a girlfriend. When I was in school, people always thought I was gay because I wore sweaters. But because I hung out with girls, I was always around the really good-looking girls because I was so good with girls. But then people thought I was gay, and I'm not gay. You didn't ask, but I'm not gay, just so you know. And to repeat it, I'm not gay. I have a girlfriend. It's like, dude, you trying to prove something here? Nobody asked if you were gay. Nobody thought you were gay. I mean, you don't just assume somebody's gay for no reason. He got real mad when I was like, oh, hey, Mr. So-and-so, I found your book online. What book? Oh, that one you published like 3 years ago. I didn't publish any book. Well, he liked to deny it because it didn't sell any copies, and now he's claiming that I sip on my little coffee in my tiny cup while I write my book, with my leg crossed, and I'm very sophisticated. No, dude, you're a loser. I mean, sorry to put it that way. I mean, he failed me just because I'm white. He hated white people. He talked about they're the worst people in the world. So yeah, I'm going to call him a loser. Oh, and society has been so pussified that when I walked by him like a year or two later, oh, hey, mister, I don't want to say his name for what. You were the worst professor I ever had. Guess what he does? He remembers me because he failed me. And I never even said anything. In the class, I played it cool. I tried to be his best friend and everything. But apparently he remembers me because, there aren't many white people at my university, just so you know. I was the only one in that class. Maybe there was one other, but I think she was a girl, because I think there was maybe a white girl in my class. But yeah, he remembered me enough that he quickly found my email message. That is unacceptable. You can't talk to professors that way. I just said you're the worst professor I've ever had in my life. It's true. It's not slander, it's not harassment, it's just stating a fact. You're the worst professor I've ever had in my life. Are we not even allowed to are we only allowed to say you're the best professor, but you can't say you're the worst professor? What does society come to when the things you're allowed to say are selective? You can't say, I don't like that, but you can say, oh, that's one. It's all screwed up. I've had another professor who hated men. Men are evil, we need to remove them from power, replace them with women, that would blah, 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 they cause every problem in the whole world. And my husband's such a great guy, he was a revolutionary, he shot and attacked the people, and they put him in prison because he was trying to start a revolution. Woman, that's called a terrorist when you bomb places and you shoot people. It's not called a revolutionary. And of course, she called the cops on me because one day she asked, what would you do if foreigners invaded California? They took over the whole state, everything, and they're going door to door with their guns and everything, and they're going to take you away somewhere or kill you. You don't know what they're going to do. This was her description. They're coming to kill you or take you to somewhere, but then they control the entire state. So there's no running away because you run out your door, they're down the streets. There's no hiding because, well, they're not in a hurry. They're gonna just go look around the corner and find you and shoot you or take you away to a concentration. The details weren't explicit. Explicit, but they were, but we didn't go in. It was just, if the state of California is taken over by foreign troops that are gonna kill you or take you away, what would you do? Little Billy over there, probably not Billy because that's a white person's name and there aren't many white people in my classes. But the person over there would go, oh, I would run. Next person, I would hide. I don't know what I would do. Oh, that's a hard one. I guess I would hide. It's like, what are you guys thinking? The whole state is taken over by foreign troops and they're going into your houses with guns to try to kill you or take you away. And you're gonna go hide under the table so they can just shoot you or grab you up from under there. No, I said I'd run upstairs, grab my rifle, shoot them as they come up the stairs, and if they have my family hostage at gunpoint, shoot them in the head. What else are you gonna do? They're gonna kill you and your family. You're gonna go, oh, it's not politically correct to kill people that are trying to kill you. That wouldn't be nice. And what kind of girl would want to marry a guy that would say, ooh, I would run, No, you gotta actually protect your family. Shoot them, and if they try to shoot your family because they're trying, you gotta shoot them first before they shoot you. It's that simple. And what are people thinking? They just have a death wish? They just want their parents killed? They just want their wife killed? They want their sister killed? No, someone's gonna kill them. You have to kill them first. So she called the cops on me, and so the cops came out one day, and I'm just walking back, and hey, excuse me, sir, can we have a word with you? Oh, sure. Blah, 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 blah. Your teacher says that, oh no, they went, so we heard that you had an interesting discussion in class or something. Something about guns? What was that about? And I told him, oh yeah, my teacher said if the state of California was taken over by foreign troops and they came to your home to kill you or take you away to like a concentration camp, what would you do? I said, well, and I just repeated the story. I'd shoot them as they come up. I'd run upstairs, shoot them as they come up the stairs, and then, assuming they have my family hostage, they're trying to get me to stop that. I'd shoot them in the head before they can shoot my family in the head. Please, oh, that's a lot different from what your professor told us. What did my professor tell you? Well, she said you want to shoot up the school. Did you ever say that? No. That's not even close to what I said. Where's the relationship between people are trying to kill your family and you're going to go shoot up a school? Is there any overlap in there? No, there isn't. People are just so screwed up nowadays. Luckily, I think she got fired because, I actually would... I'll skip some details. But yeah, luckily I think she got fired because she hated white people once again, hated men. And she called the cops on me for not saying that I would just let myself get killed or taken to a concentration camp or something. Shouldn't we all just lay down and die if people want to kill us? That's the right thing to do. That's the feminist thing to do, whatever, the politically correct thing to do. Yeah, someone comes to your house to kill you, you just go, well, thank you. Very nice to meet you. What are these people thinking? It's like my friends even joke with me, at the school gym, if I go flex in the mirror, hey Andrew, be careful, you might be, doing some microaggressions. Some people don't think that they get offended that you're in good shape, and they're not in good shape. Oh yeah, microaggression, you can't even, I'm not a racist, that's a microaggression because I don't know all this stuff, it's all crap. What is society coming to when you're not supposed to just be a normal person? You can't be a man, you can't be strong, you can't be assertive, you can't be decisive, you can't be competent. You're supposed to just be completely incompetent. Well, we can't know for sure. Oh, well, we couldn't take any action because maybe they could have a consequence. Guess everything in life has consequences. You don't take any action, that has a consequence. Not doing anything has consequences. So you have to do stuff. I don't know what else to say. Hard to think of all the other examples of this stuff. because I'm not trying to think of it and I'm focused on other stuff. But yeah, I mean, you've undoubtedly encountered a lot of this in your life, especially if you live in the U.S., especially if you live in the coastal areas. Middle America seems like it's still normal, but these coastal areas like California, and I haven't been to New York, but New York and so screwed up. I mean, my friend who lives in LA, he can't even work out at the parks anymore because the homeless people claimed it as their territory. Can you believe that? The homeless people that are lazy drug addicts using heroin and pissing all over themselves and crapping on themselves, smearing it on, whatever they do. I know there's some good homeless people. They're saying my friend can't use the bars at the park because they're theirs. My friend goes to walk his dog and it's taking a leak and they go after him. And he can't even let his dog pee on the grass anymore. That's their home. Guess what? It's not their home. It's public property where your dog's allowed to piss. It's not their home. They're supposed to be working and paying for a home. Believe it or not, you have to actually work so you can pay for your home, pay for your bills. It is a lot easier if you just don't work and then you don't have a home and you just can work a tiny little bit, steal a bit, and then, you just relax all day, do some heroin, do some meth. When you run out of heroin and meth, go suck a dick or whatever, or steal some money, or go rip off a store. Maybe find a computer that you take or someone's cell phone, then you trade it for some dope. That's, in a way, really, it would be a lot easier if you don't have a house and a car and bills and insurance and everything. Because you don't need very much money to survive, and that's what most of these people choose. Oh yeah, and if you're a male who believes in religion and is heterosexual, you want to have a wife to have kids with, and God forbid you say that you can't have kids with another guy. And we all know that's biologically possible. Or two girls, somehow they're just gonna make kids out of nowhere. God forbid you're one of these people who actually believe in heterosexuality and marriage and religion. We are me, maybe you're not like this, but people like that are the devil to all of them. You are as bad as they get. You're the lowest on the totem pole in society. You should be practically just going around paying everybody because, you're the worst of the worst. Yeah, California, get this. We're letting prisoners out of jail. And lots of states are bailing out people that are burning down buildings, attacking people, shooting people, all sorts of stuff. But if you don't follow the COVID rules and you want to open your business so that you can support yourself and your family, and, so you can live, then you go to jail. But let's take those rapists and hacksaw murderers out of jail and send hardworking people. Something's got to change eventually. Because it's not natural, and when you try to force something onto a system that it's just not meant to be, it doesn't work. Eventually it implodes and then explodes. It doesn't turn out well when you try to force something. Well, I could keep going on, but I think if you live in the US, you don't even need me to tell you this. If you don't live in the US, well, it's the greatest country on the planet, but socially, in the coastal states, it's all screwed up. What you gotta do is you've gotta get two guns in your hands and just blow your brains out, and then you can function like the rest of them. Or maybe better yet, take some antipsychotics. Just dumb yourself down to And yes, I know some people need antipsychotics. I know people that use antipsychotics, but that's not the point. Point is, if you have any sort of brain or normalcy to you, it's just this society here does not work. Well, I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. Stay strong. Stay masculine. Don't be a pussy. Don't turn into a pussy just because your teacher wants you to. Don't turn into a pussy just because anybody wants you to. You want to flex in the mirror? Flex in the mirror. You want to make some noise when you lift some weight? Make some noise when you got to drop your weights. You want to walk down the street with your chest up, looking at people as they walk by instead of avoiding eye contact. Look at people as you walk by. You want to compliment a girl on her hair? Well, go right ahead. Just compliment her on her hair, because if she doesn't like getting complimented on her hair, she's screwed up. But chances are she does like getting complimented. It's just these other screwed up people, generally the fat, ugly ones. Not just because you're not ugly just because you're fat. I'm saying the people that don't get the compliments are the ones that make all this stuff up. Like I had this big old fat, ugly professor, very bad attitude, just like to march around her stage, in the auditorium. And of course she was, you can't compliment someone on their eyes. Well, probably because no one's complimented you on your eyes. I sure bet she would like it if someone went, hey, Mrs. whatever her name was, you sure look nice today. Oh, that would make her day, but nobody's ever said that to her, I'm sure. So please like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram, natural_true_fitness. Stay strong, stay masculine, stay aggressive. Don't become a pussy.